Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
We begin tonight with new information on a fire out of North Fargo. Thank you for joining us this Thanksgiving. I'm Krista Bain. One person is in the hospital after a fire broke out at a home used as an apartment complex. The call came in around 4:20 this afternoon at 11.5 Street North. Heavy smoke was coming from inside. Two people were in the basement at the time, and both made it out okay, but one was taken to the hospital. There was no one else inside the building. The damage is still being assessed, but crews say the fire started from a hookah being used. You can continue to stick with Valley News Live and valleynewslive.com for updates on this story.
We're just like all the other emergency services that are out there. Somebody has to be doing it.
1 in 5 people, that's how many, are working this Thanksgiving holiday, according to a new study, up 16% from last year. With stores opening up earlier and earlier every year, it's no wonder so many people are having to work. Valley News Team's Bradford Eric is live at West Acres Mall, where doors have just opened. Bradford?
Krista, not everyone gets to enjoy the turkey and the potatoes and the pumpkin pie this time of year. As you can see here behind me, the West Acres Mall just opened up about a minute or two ago, and there must have been 50 people crammed into this little entranceway here waiting to get in. Remember, someone has to work in those stores, and the world does not stop, unfortunately, for a holiday, even though we wish it would. United Blood Services in South Fargo had its doors open this holiday.
The consumption doesn't go down even though it's the holiday season.
Leah Stoner says she and the other people working today actually volunteered to come in.
Today we've had about 15 donors through the door, and mainly platelet donors.
She says it's important to remember that as everyone gets so busy with the holiday season, there are still those in need.
So we still need these donations all the way through holiday season, and it's so important.
But what about other places with their lights on and doors open today? The grocery stores were certainly a happening place as shoppers look to pick up that last-minute ingredient. Remember, there's also the hospitals who need to remain staffed. Tragedies, unfortunately, don't care if it's a holiday. If you want that cup of joe, too, somebody has to man the drive-through window to serve it. And then there's the people keeping us safe: ambulances, police, and firefighters. Thankfully, this call was only for smoke from burnt food, but it could have been much worse had these guys not been standing at the ready. And here at the West Acres Mall, security guards, the store clerks, and everyone else making sure that the mall operates smoothly are here tonight. If you're looking for something fun to do, this might just be the place to come out to. A lot of the stores are having specials and deals. As I said, before 6 o'clock, there must have been about 50 people crammed in this little entranceway. They're all in the mall now. Stores are open, and they're here shopping instead of at home with turkey and football. Live at the mall, Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
All right, thank you, Bradford. Let the shopping begin. Many stores in the mall are open tonight. All stores will be open by 7 a.m. tomorrow. For a list of which stores are running specials, we've posted a link on our website. Just visit valleynewslive.com and look for this story. And to our weather now. Flakes have been falling throughout the day. Hutch joins us now with a look at what we can expect for the rest of the holiday weekend. Hutch?
Krista, thank you so much. We do have that postcard type snowfall taking place where it's not really accumulating too heavily on any road surfaces. Watch out for that occasional slippery spot, whether it's a sidewalk or a road, and the flurries look to be continuing across the valley. Clearing skies to the west and the real stormy weather this winter, southern Minnesota all the way down south into Texas, where a good old-fashioned ice storm is taking place in the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas. For us, very quiet but cold weather. Gusty north winds in the teens will make it feel like it's in the single digits. Bundle up if you're heading outside this Thanksgiving Day night. But it does look like your Black Friday start your day temperatures will be pretty frigid indeed. Details on that in a few moments. Krista?
All right, thank you, Hutch. And while many of you have finished your Thanksgiving feast, some of you may have your eyes feasted on the upcoming holiday sales, specifically online sales. And according to the National Retail Federation, shoppers are expected to do almost half of their holiday shopping online this year. The Better Business Bureau of Minnesota and North Dakota has a list of ways to make sure you shop safely online. They recommend protecting your computer. meaning it should have the most recent updates installed for antivirus software. Stick to trustworthy websites and look for BBB's seal and other recognized trust marks on the store's website. Protect your personal information. The BBB says to read the privacy policy on the websites you visit and understand what personal information is being collected and how it will be used. To see the full list, just go to valleynewslive.com and click on this story. Only about a dozen of the 566 Indian tribes across the country recognize same-sex marriage. The Supreme Court's historic decision on the issue in June does not extend to sovereign nations. However, things could change. Two-spirited or native lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people were once woven into the fabric of many tribes. Today, that's all changed. Megan Mitchell shows us one same-sex couple on a reservation in North Dakota who plan to tie the knot.
Lexi Luger and Rane Antel are a minority within a minority.
Her grandma's like, my girl, you don't even look like a lesbian. I'm like, I didn't know we were supposed to look a certain way.
They've been in a committed relationship on the Standing Rock Reservation since 2012.
I finally have met my soulmate because not only did I meet another woman, but we're both Native.
Even their differences bring them together.
She always makes me laugh all the time.
Rane is my balance. She always kind of grounds me.
And in the mountains of Colorado,
I got down on one knee in the snow.
they made it official.
And I proposed to her, and she said yes.
They plan on getting married next August. Standing Rock doesn't issue marriage licenses. They leave that up to the county. So getting married on the reservation won't be a problem. The MHA Nation grants marriage licenses. Same-sex marriage is not in the code. Chairman Mark Fox was recently elected to bring change to the Mandan Hidatsa Arikara Nation.
That issue might be something that I'll let our people decide. Have a vote and say, do you support having the possibility of same-sex marriage on the reservation? And I'll let them choose.
If a vote is held, it's unclear what the outcome would be.
Probably vote for it. I think people should be able to do what they want to do.
Change is hard, but I don't know. I don't know what I would do.
I guess I'd have to vote no because I'm Catholic and that's just the way I've been taught.
Lexi and Rane aren't affected by the outcome of that election and are excited about their destiny.
Sitting Bull, who was a chief of the Lakota people, he prophesied that in 7 generations from him, that 7th generation would revolutionize Native people. And Rane and I are part of that 7th generation.
If tribal code is going to be changed for the 3 affiliated tribes, this generation will have a say in the outcome. The magic of Thanksgiving is alive and well in the Valley today. 600 people took part in the meal sponsored by the Northlands Rescue Mission in Grand Forks. 120 volunteers joined in the spirit of Thanksgiving by cooking a full dinner for mission residents and hundreds of others around Greater Grand Forks. Some of the meals were delivered to those who are stuck at home, but hundreds more received their Thanksgiving dinner at St. Paul's Church next door. Everyone received a hot meal and a place to share it with someone.
A lot of caretakers call us and they're dropping off people, things like that. A lot of elderly people will be here today, and people who just don't have family anymore for one reason or another, or it's tough to get from paycheck to paycheck sometimes and eat by yourself.
All of the food for that meal was donated by companies and individuals. Texas Roadhouse cooked the turkeys free of charge, and the rest of the meal was cooked and served by mission residents and volunteers. And in Fargo, about 2,500 meals were served to the community through Blessed Sacrament Catholic Church in their 37th annual Thanksgiving dinner. It takes 1,800 pounds of turkey, 100 big cans of corn, 80 cans of cranberries, and about 150 pies. Many of the items are donated by community members and businesses. The group says they couldn't stay organized or serve the meals each year without the help from their volunteers. Organizers say they will start preparing for next year's Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow.
We start preparing for it on Black Friday. Of last year. Just kind of putting our notes together, figuring out what we need, what we had too much of, what went wrong, what we figured out that worked better than the year before.
The dinner has grown so much over the years that this year Blessed Sacrament enlisted help from Holy Cross Church in West Fargo. Some people got burned plenty of calories before even sitting down to that big Thanksgiving meal. Stick around to see how it helped a good cause.
Cold in the valley, but weather worth giving thanks for. Much of the central portion of the nation undergoing rain and wintry weather. Your hour-by-hour forecast is coming up right after this.
You're watching Valley News Live on TV, online, and on the go. Always on, wherever you are, whenever you need to know. Valley News Live.